Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to any new viewers. This is a 2023 yearly forecast as we end 2022, as we look at closing the chapter, reflecting on what has come to pass for us in the year of 2022. Let's now look forward and see what 2023 will bring us. I'm going to have a look at lots of different areas of life. I'm going to look at love and relationships for both single viewers and those who are already entering 2023 in a committed partnership or relationship. I'll have a look at your career, finance, money area of life for 2023. I will have a look at any unexpected things that may be coming up in 2023, whether they be positive or negative, just, unknown, unexpected things that we are not anticipating. I'm going to have a look at how we're finishing off the year and just overall themes, what we can expect for 2023. So thank you very much for watching. If you do enjoy this reading, of course, please don't forget to like this video, subscribe. I really appreciate it. Without further ado, let's get right into it. Scorpio, my beautiful Scorpios, Sun, Moon, Rising. Scorpio, let's see what 2023 has in store for you. General themes. We have the Queen of Water, Queen of Cups. We've got the Strength card. Let's see if we can get one more. What is 2023 all about for you, Scorpio? We've got the Two of Water, which is the Two of Cups. Really beautiful partnership energy there. Lovely. Okay. I'm sensing a theme, Scorpio, for 2023 of someone, and this is perhaps you, this is perhaps someone that you're dealing with as well, could be mirroring each other, but it's about holding back emotions, right? Holding back emotions, but then all of a sudden realizing that it's better to be open. It's better to open your heart. So there could be someone that you've been dealing with for a while, and perhaps you're not sure about how they feel. They're not sure about how you feel, and eventually you both realize that you're both feeling the same way all along. It's just that you were holding back because you were maybe a little bit unsure of what the other person was feeling, or one of you had a little bit of a wall up or something like that. But it ends up resulting in some kind of beautiful partnership. I'm also seeing a theme of just in general having to put up with something that is a little bit difficult, that is a little bit challenging, but you get through it. You get through it with sheer determination, sheer willpower. This could be, for example, something you're having to deal with at work, projects being thrown at you, work being thrown at you, or perhaps unexpected things coming up which are really requiring a lot of discipline, a lot of inner strength. But then it results in this fabulous, absolutely fabulous, again, I'm seeing partnership, connection, relationship between you and potentially someone you work with. So you only go from strength to strength in 2023 is really what I'm seeing. And I'm seeing you become very in tune with your emotions as well, but not letting them overwhelm you. That's going to be a theme. It's like you're able to achieve a very good control over those emotions and over those impulses, and it's going to really just help your relationships in general. Now, what I'd like to do, Scorpio, is have a look at firstly relationships, the area of love relationships for 2023. And firstly, I'm going to have a look at what that means or what that looks like for single Scorpios. So people entering 2023 who are not in a committed partnership, who are single, who may be looking for romance or maybe not. Let's just see what 2023 has in store for my single Scorpios. Look at that. We've got a pair of cards on the table now. We've got the King and Queen of Cups. Oh, and look at that. We've got the Two of Cups flash up again. We have, oh my goodness, we have the High Priestess and we have the Queen of Cups here too. And I just will quickly show you what's on the bottom of the deck. We've got the Five of Wands. So there could be some situations where either you or another person is getting a little bit having a few disagreements, having a few arguments with people around them, or perhaps too many people putting their opinions into the matter. But basically what I'm seeing, Scorpio, for my single Scorpios, is really the potential for this new love to come in. You know, we've got this message twice now. We have a few repeating cards, but we've got the Two of Cups here twice. This is a very strong message of a beautiful soulmate type partnership connection, and it's a relationship that is very equal, that is very balanced, that is very equal give and take, equal in emotions as well. There's no, you know, games. It's just two people literally opening their hearts up to each other. And I think you may be opening up your heart to someone perhaps after a period of time of being unsure or not really knowing which way things are going. Or even for yourself in your own life, you know, perhaps you've reached a point where it's like, you know what, I'm finally ready to settle down. I'm finally ready to allow this true love into my life. And then it comes in. So some of you may have been single for a while. Some of you may have been in another relationship that was really unfulfilling, and you decided to finally kind of move on from it and enter into something that is you know, more appropriate, or someone who is a much better match for you. That is certainly coming, or a possibility for those who want it in 2023. So this is a really good year for entering into a partnership that is much more balanced, is much more stable, is equal in, you know, both people's feelings and emotions for one another. So that's really, really nice to see. I'm also sensing that someone around you could be recently single when they see you, or may have recently ended a relationship, and it could have been a long relationship like a marriage, or something that felt like a marriage. So someone is coming in who has been in a situation for a long time, and then they got out of it, and they're almost relieved that that's over. And there's a similarity in terms of, you know, really being ready to find that person who is going to be more fulfilling for them and a better match for them. I'm seeing potential for meeting a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, possibly a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sag, but strong water energy here. And we do, of course, have this true pair here, the King and the Queen of Cups. So once again, this is all about meeting someone, or two people coming together who are just really on the same wavelength, right? Really, really on the same wavelength, seem to have the same values, seem to have the same goals and desires for the future, seem to really understand each other on a day-to-day basis in that deep, intuitive, emotional kind of level, spiritual level as well. So it's like you're going to have a very intuitive understanding with this person, Scorpio. And it could be a Cancer, but again, it could be Pisces too. So there's strong water energy here, right? And a strong feeling of trusting your gut with this one as well. The miracles are endless. This kind of sums up what I see coming in, to be honest. And I see a renewed sense on these feelings of home, family, stability, all those kinds of home, family kind of values you are now finding in another person, and they match up to you very nicely, and it's going to feel like quite a blessing. It's really going to feel like quite a blessing. And again, it's going to feel like, you know, don't be discouraged thinking that you have not met, you know, the right person for you, and so it's not going to happen, because the universe is going to provide it. And is not only going to provide it, is going to provide someone who is a very, very good match for you. It's like, where did this person come from? How are we so aligned? How are we so similar? Beautiful energy there. Scorpio, single Scorpios. I'm going to move on to Scorpios in a relationship. So anyone who is entering 2023 already matched up, already in a partnership, committed relationship. Let's see what 2023 has in store for you and your relationship. Does 2023 hold for Scorpios in a relationship, in a committed partnership? Oh. Okay, we'll take all those three. My goodness. All right. I'll just show you what's at the bottom of the deck. We have the Six of Wands there, card of victory, card of increased popularity sometimes. Very interesting. Scorpio, I really feel as though there's a little bit of a mismatch in energy here at the start of 2023, but then somehow it all comes together. But what I'm seeing is that you're really needing something a little bit different from what your partner or your person needs, and they're needing something a little bit different. And it's not to do with each other. It's not to do with being, incompatible. It's got to do with just being at a slightly different phase of life and being interested in slightly different things. That doesn't mean that you can't work it out, that you can't still come together, that you can't still, live harmoniously, but it is going to feel like a little bit of a disconnect. First of all, I don't know what else is going on. We haven't, gone into other parts of the reading yet, but it's looking like you're needing a bit of a time out, a bit of a break. And this could even be not from the person. It could be needing a break from just life in general. Like you're very tired, you've got a lot going on. Perhaps there's a lot going on, in other areas of your life with work or with other family members. And I'm feeling like you just need a rest. You just need to chill out a little bit more. You feel like perhaps you want to spend a little bit more time in the comfort of your own home. You want to do, very homely things that make you feel very relaxed and comfortable. You are also perhaps, it's not going to be a message for everyone, but perhaps looking like you want to even expand your family, or this could even be through animals. You could be just really wanting to do things that ground you, connect you with like the home environment. And your person is wanting something slightly different. They're still feeling a little bit restless. They're still wanting to do more. They're still wanting to achieve more, for example, in their career. They could be venturing out, looking for new opportunities. Again, not necessarily with other people, but just wanting to do new things, even with friends, with work colleagues. They're wanting to explore more. And I'm seeing that, very big, exciting Ace of Wands there. And your person, if this is representing them, is really looking towards that with a lot of interest and a lot of excitement here, right? So something has sparked your person's curiosity, and it could be starting a business, actually. So your partner could be thinking about starting a business in 2023 and potentially connecting with other people to do that. But one thing is for sure, they're doing this for them. They're not necessarily thinking about the partnership or the relationship, whether you think that's a good thing or not. But really, this is something that they need to do for themselves in order to feel fulfilled and in order to feel happy. So they're having a lot of external kind of influence and interests and motivation, and you're just kind of wanting to withdraw a little bit. So there's this kind of mismatch in energy. So there's the potential for there to be a little bit of misunderstandings at the beginning of the year, I would say. But then by the end of the year, by the end of 2023, I'm seeing something slightly different. I'm seeing two people who actually mature a lot, who grow a lot, who get to a place where they just need better communication in order to agree on where they want the relationship to go. So I think with sudden information, with better communication as well between you and your person, we have this feeling of higher levels of commitment, actually. So it's almost like your commitment to each other, your bonds to each other strengthen by the end of 2023. And it's almost like maybe you needed something like this. You needed this initial friction or this initial misunderstanding or differences in wants and desires in order to then come together at the end of 2023 and realize actually what we really want is each other. And we do take this seriously and we do want to be committed. I'm sensing you're there first. You get there first. But there's something that your partner really has to do this year in order to be fulfilled. And they won't feel like they've made it unless they do this. And I do think that, again, it could have to do with money. There is that Pentacles energy there. This person could have a drive to achieve a higher level of financial wealth and stability. And so they may be wanting to spend a little bit more time on their job, on their work, on their career, on business opportunities, and that takes them away from the relationship. But it ends up being successful. It ends up being successful for them and also for the two of you, the partnership. So once again, general themes, I'm seeing that you are going to need to use a little bit of inner strength in this situation, right? You're going to need to control those emotions a little bit, because at times it's going to feel perhaps like you're being a little bit neglected, but it's all for the greater good. It's all for a greater outcome. And for those of you who are wanting, for example, marriage or some kind of formal commitment like that, there are two cards here representing marriage. So that is absolutely a possibility. But generally, it's that very traditional higher levels of commitment. I'm also seeing perhaps some greater family acceptance for some reason. It's just a message that came in, so that could be for someone in particular. Greater family acceptance, so greater acceptance from your person's family or from your family towards them. So that's quite nice to see as well, because there could have been a period of time where there was a bit of arguments, there was a bit of disagreements happening between you and other people, for example, your family members, or they and their family members, but there ends up being some sort of a victory. Also, that could be affecting you or your person separately. So, for example, your person or you could be having dramas in the family situation, or even other relatives fighting with each other or disagreeing with each other, and somehow that ends up being all worked out in the end. And that could have been causing some unnecessary stress and strain on the relationship, because you're affected just emotionally, or your person is affected emotionally, and therefore they're not their best selves in the relationship, or vice versa. And so I see that situation improving dramatically as well by the end of 2023. So the message is to really hang in there, because again, with that Two of Cups, Two of Water, following the Strength, and the Queen of Water or Queen of Cups, it's just that sign to hang in there and keep a hold over, or keep a good control over your emotions. Now we also have time to let go. So let go of any feelings of discontent, any resentments that you may be harboring. It's time to let that go. It's also time to let go of an idea about your person, an idea that perhaps, because you have different motivations to them. So it's about perhaps letting go of them so that they can flourish, so that they can achieve their dreams, rather than feeling like, why is my person not wanting to spend as much time with me? But it's important to realize that it doesn't necessarily reflect what's going on in the relationship, or what is your commitment to each other. They just have these other passions, this other drive that they really need to follow, and they're hoping that it gets them to a place of greater stability, and greater wealth as well. So if that's the case, they certainly just need to follow that opportunity. All right, that is love and relationships for 2023. Now we're going to change focus a little bit, and I'd like to look at work, career, finances. I'd like to look at that sort of area for you for 2023, Scorpio. And let's just see what 2023 has in store for the areas of work, finance, career, money. Okay, I'm seeing something very, very interesting happening in your career sector, actually, Scorpio. We have Judgment at the bottom of the deck there. Very, very interesting. I'm seeing almost the potential for a complete change in 2023. This is really interesting. Complete 180 from what you're doing now, or what you're doing currently, or how you start off the year or go into 2023, in terms of the actual day-to-day work you do, in terms of, could be even your career, like a complete change. Or it could even be a change from, for example, going from not working, or just being someone who's doing work around the house, to going and working outside the home, or vice versa. Someone who is getting to a point where they're going to take on less responsibility, or they've been very, very busy in a corporate job, for example, let's say, and then they decide to just take a big break. So whatever this is, and certainly for those of you who are working and want to keep working, it could be just a complete change of industry. This could be something that comes as a result of, you've experienced this field that you're in, or this day-to-day work that you're doing, and you've realized that there are certain aspects of it that you're just getting quite tired of. And some of those aspects could be the way you are relating to other people, and the way other people are relating to you, the way you're working with other people in the industry that you're in. It could be that there's a bit of manipulation going on, or you always have to be on guard. You always have to be on your toes. You always have to be watching your back. It's a level of stress that perhaps you are just tired of now, and you're looking for something else. I'm seeing a new opportunity come in through you actually doing some kind of research. So you actually, for example, going online, or looking at what's out there, something you come across on the internet, or something, it's like doing an online course as well, and something that you discover or learn through that course is what is going to help you realize that actually I could be doing something completely different. Then I'm seeing this huge offer or opportunity come in. So it's like you've gotten to a point where you think you're ready to make a change. You do your research, and then all of a sudden, before you even, or you've just freshly gotten the idea in your mind about making this change, and all of a sudden this opportunity comes in, right? With a lot of speed, a lot of excitement, and it has a lot of promise for the future, possibly financially as well, more rewarding, or the potential to get there, to get to that place where financially it's going to give you a lot more income, or just it's going to be a more lucrative offer or lucrative career compared to what you've been doing up until this point. Now, it's got this sense of, or it's going to have a feeling of like, I need to either take this now or potentially lose this opportunity and never get it again. You know, it's got that sense of it's an offer with an expiry date, and probably a very quick expiry date, because whoever is coming in and making this offer, whoever has this opportunity, is wanting to fill it very quickly. And if they don't get what they need, they will just move on very quickly as well and look for it elsewhere. So you feel like you have this golden opportunity that has come in, but what's worrying is the speed, or the speed at which they require a yes or no. So that kind of puts you in this place of, right, it is time to make a decision. It's time to make a serious judgment call about whether or not I'm going to stick with what I'm doing, or is it time to change? I'm sensing that there's probably going to be a bit more emotional fulfillment in this new career, or on this new path, or new opportunity as well. For some of you, this could be the opportunity. It's not going to be the story for everyone. It could be the opportunity to actually stop work completely and start a family. So that's the type of change, which is also a huge change, right? But that's the type of change that I'm seeing occur here. And I'm seeing it's a big choice, right? It's making a decision of, do I stay in what I'm doing, or do I just completely turn it around? And all the cards are pointing towards the fact that, yes, you are going to make that decision to completely change things around in 2023 in terms of your work, career, money. Complete transformation. And it has that sense of finality as well, right? It has that sense of, I'm not going to look back once I make this choice to completely change my day-to-day life and what I do. I'm not going to look back. Which is not to say that, you know, you can't go back if you didn't want to, but you're going to realize, I think, that the time is right. The time is right to make this change, to make this decision, and to really go for it, right? You're going to almost have that feeling of, life's short and I'm just sick of what I'm doing and I need a change. And the change is going to happen. So very, very interesting. It'll be interesting to look back on this reading as well at the end of 2023 and see where you're at, Scorpio, because I think it's going to be very, very different to where you're at now. All right, now I'd like to have a look at any other unexpected things, good, bad, or indifferent, that are coming in 2023. Just in general, any sort of unexpected things that may be coming up for you, Scorpio. Let's see what is potentially happening. More balance, definitely. A feeling of greater balance in your life, like you're just in general happier in terms of what your day-to-day routine looks like, and that could be to do with this change of work. I also see you having a renewed passion in something, a renewed motivation to work on something. And this could be again to do, because we've got Pentacles, it could be to do with work. So you're getting this renewed sense of passion for work and what you do day to day. It could also be that you are having a renewed motivation for your health. So much healthier routines to do with, say, for example, eating healthy, going to the gym or working out or doing your exercise. And that just helps you feel like you've got a handle on life. You're going to be a lot less stressed. You could also be getting into some sort of meditation routine or spiritual practice, which again helps you just feel so much more balanced, so much more, I'm seeing, happy and confident as well. That's really, really nice. This is a commitment that you're making. You're making a commitment. So perhaps you have even recently set some New Year's resolutions or goals and you're sticking to them. And you're really feeling like for once you have been able to stick to what you set out to do. And what you're going to find is that it really turns things around. It turns your life around. It turns your health around. You just feel so much better. You feel so much better. But it's like this feeling of happiness with the choice that you've made, with the commitment that you've made. This could be going into what we were just talking about in terms of your career, finances, work-life sort of sector, where you've made this change and it's resulted in a much better work-life balance. And also it's like you're feeling like your luck has turned around. And it's a very happy decision and it's made you get motivated again. That's really nice to see. I'm seeing perhaps a bit of an increase in popularity as well. You could be quite popular, especially if you're moving to a different work environment. You could find that you have a lot of people who like you, who respect you, who, you could even be gaining new friends. I'm seeing the possibility for more travel as well. So more travel, perhaps again as a result of work opportunity, perhaps not. You could also be gaining followers in different places, in different parts of the world, people who don't live in the same place to you. So you could be even just dealing with a lot of people online or through that sort of communication, and you're having an influence on people that you didn't think you would have an influence on. And you're sort of touching more people's lives. You could even be entering into something where you're perhaps, teaching online or explaining something online, and you didn't realize how popular you were going to get in doing that. But also how much more motivation it gives you to keep going. But yeah, whatever you decide this year, whatever choices you make, whatever goals you set, whatever resolutions you make, whatever, career changes that may come up, or job changes, or day-to-day life changes, one thing is for sure, it's going to bring more happiness and more stability, more balance, and you're going to really stick to it. You're going to really stick to it. And you're going to find even more success because of the fact that you have finally committed to something, instead of just trying it and then thinking, oh, that actually wasn't for me. It's like every change you make in 2023 is one that is going to have lasting results, lasting consequences for the rest of your life, but in a good way. It's going to really turn things around. Love that message. Love those messages for you, Scorpio. Just want to pull some final cards here. Any final messages for my beautiful Scorpios for 2023? Any final messages, advice, anything else that Scorpio needs to know for 2023? We have speak your world into being. I'm seeing two things come from this actually. Oh goodness, I love that card. Full moon in Leo. Go wild and push through any insecurity. So what I'm seeing here, Scorpio, is a couple of things, and it's going to affect a couple different areas of your life, right? But speak your world into being. There's no point in just having these feelings or thoughts about what you want to do and not saying anything, or not putting it out into the universe, or literally speaking or saying those things out loud and then not letting anyone hear it. Because when you speak about what you want to others, or just put it out there, what you want to happen, what you're thinking, what you're feeling, then the right person can't hear it. And this is the case for relationships. This is the case for expressing your feelings to someone and then having them reciprocated. you will not get that opportunity if you don't speak it, if you don't speak your truth or speak what you're feeling and thinking. And also it carries through for work, career, that sort of area of life as well, because if you don't speak about what you want, if you don't put it out there, then you potentially won't get the opportunity that's coming to you to make the change that you're going to make. So very important to get your thoughts clear about what you want, but then actually start mentioning it, start talking about it. I'm also seeing perhaps that, again, you will have some kind of influence on people, possibly online communication or through travel. You could be doing a bit of travel, meeting people as part of a new job, for example, or even just discussing things with people online, or perhaps even teaching or sharing knowledge online, and you gain followers or you gain acceptance that way. So yeah, very important to speak your world into being. Really enjoy the opportunity when it comes in, because there's an opportunity to make a very, very big change here. Now I'm seeing 2 lions come up. I'm seeing full moon in Leo with the beautiful lion here, and I'm seeing that in the strength card too. So it's kind of this funny balance between holding back when you need to, but also letting loose and having a good time when you need to. So it's important to understand to keep a control over any more kind of negative emotions that come up, or emotions that don't serve you in a positive way. Try to keep a little bit of inner strength when you need it in those times or in those situations. But when it's time to celebrate, when it's time to do something joyful, really enjoy that moment and really let out the positive emotions. So try to amplify those positive emotions. And it's not about burying or bottling up negative emotions, because of course negative emotions are totally normal, part of the human experience. But it's about realizing when is it time to be strong and when is it time to really let loose and enjoy. And then we've got push through any insecurity. So there may be a time, particularly when you're having to make a very important decision, right? An important choice about which direction to go in, or making a big change, where you might feel a bit of insecurity, or you might feel that you don't deserve it, or you might feel that you're not good enough. Don't believe that inner voice that has you feeling insecure. Don't believe that, because it is just your own kind of self-doubt. It's not necessarily based on any real world facts or assessment or how other people would see you. It's just your own insecurity. So you've got to kind of recognize that and push through it. And also, there may be an insecurity when it comes to expressing your feelings to someone, but the message is to push through that, because at the end of the day, we have that beautiful 2 of Cups message, which is of fantastic partnership, which can't happen unless 2 people communicate their emotions to each other. I'm going to leave it there, Scorpio. I really wish you the absolute best in 2023. I hope this year is amazing for you. I hope it's incredible. I hope you can set out to do and achieve everything that your heart desires. And I really wish you every success and every happiness for 2023. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this reading. I really appreciate it. Thank you again, and I hope to see you all in the next video.